We begin today the double portion of Vayakel Pekudei. Moses gathers, and he gathers together the entire Jewish people. And what is his message? His message is, together, we're going to build a sanctuary. But before we build a sanctuary, I want to give you what the goal and the objective of the sanctuary is. And in a way, how you can create a sanctuary in your own life. So, the technical reason why Moses mentions the laws of Shabbat, the brief mention of Shabbat before the laws of building the sanctuary, is that the laws of building the sanctuary don't override the Shabbat. But there's a deeper message too. The message is, God created the world in 6 days, and he rested on Shabbat. Shabbat is the essence of what creation is about. For 6 days, God created a world. We are to parallel that. For 6 days, we are to build God's sanctuary. On Shabbat, we don't build the sanctuary. On Shabbat, we enter the sanctuary. For 6 days, God created a world, a holy world. Shabbat, God enters the holiness, brings in the holiness, reveals the holiness of. We do the same thing. For 6 days, we are to create a sanctuary. 7th day, we enter that sanctuary. But as we continue this cycle, the continuing cycle of 6 days building a sanctuary, 7th day entering a sanctuary, is one that's not only about 6 days building, 7th day entering. It also has the opposite. When we enter the sanctuary on the 7th day, we have the mindset of what it means to enter into a sanctuary. So when we go out into the world, we take from the holiness of being in the sanctuary, and we further bring that into the world. So in other words, the entering into the sanctuary of the 7th day is not an escape. Because when you're building a sanctuary and you enter the sanctuary, entering the sanctuary is not an escape. When you say 6 days we work, 6 days we're at it, 6 days we work really, really hard, 6 days we're in the rat race. 6 days we are in the grind. 7th day is an escape. 7th day is a day of rest, a day of escape from all of that nonsense. But here, we find a totally new framing of what it means to have 6 days of work. The 6 days of work are never meant to be 6 days of the grind. If we have 6 days of the grind, then those 6 days have no meaning and purpose, other than it's survival. That's what you do to survive. You do what it takes to survive. But there is no intrinsic meaning and purpose in those 6 days. 7th day has meaning and purpose. Totally. But if you frame it as 6 days we build a sanctuary, those 6 days, yes, you're building. You're involved in things which are not only superficial, somewhat mundane. You're involved in a building process. But the building process itself has meaning and purpose. You're building a sanctuary. The 7th day, you're now revealing, you're entering into the holiness of what you built for the 6 days. What is the difference then? When you go to work and you realize that even though it is demanding, but you find meaning and purpose, a divine meaning and purpose in what you're doing. Everything we do can have a divine meaning and purpose in what we're doing. Every job, everything you're doing, there's something divine in it. There's a higher meaning and purpose. Whatever you're doing you're teaching, you're involved in commerce, you're involved in business, you're involved in negotiation, you're selling a product. How does that product help humanity? How does that product help to make life a little bit easier, to improve life? How does this product help us reveal the divine in the world? Promote peace, promote togetherness, team building, to help others. Every job can be used in that manner. The difference is, am I doing it for myself or am I doing it for a higher purpose? You can have the same janitor in a hospital. One janitor in a hospital could think, oh my, what a terrible job that I have. I'm cleaning all the schmutz and all the dirt in this hospital. Another janitor could think to himself, without me, there can be no healing in the hospital. Because without me, look at all the germ buildup in the hospital. I'm part of the health system. In contrast, there could be a doctor that can be part of the healing process, and a doctor who is totally self-centered. One doctor thinks about, I have a purpose of bringing healing. And the other doctor is thinking about his career. It's all about my career and climbing the ladder. This is the difference between 6 days we're in a grind, and then the 7th day we escape. Or 6 days we build a sanctuary. It's all part of God's sanctuary. But on the 7th day, we then enter the sanctuary. By entering the sanctuary, now we experience it. You enter a higher level of holiness. For 6 days, I'm working to bring a higher level of godliness in the world, a higher awareness of meaning and purpose in the world. For 6 days, I'm working for my family, for making a better life for my family. On the 7th day, I spend with my family. On the 7th day, I spend with my community. On the 7th day, I experience holiness and godliness. That's how the entire framing of these portions begin with. With that, let's get out there and build a sanctuary.